for this kind introduction and then for the invitation to this event today, which is addressing some of the challenges that the industry are facing in this transition that we see from fossil to the renewable energy. I think that one of the challenges that we have to keep in mind is the overall goal for not only the oil and gas industry, but for all companies, nations. It is the challenge that we also are talking a lot about, climate change. And I think that every industry have a responsibility to participate in this transition. And of course, the oil and gas industry is the source of energy today. And it is very important for India to secure sustainability, but also have security for the energy as well. So how is it about hydrogen and the hype that we have seen lately? Hydrogen is something that has rightfully been mentioned here, been a source that consists 70% of it in the world, and it's number one in our fundamental basis. But it also used in the refinery for many years. And what we have been using it for is, of course, to address the sulfur, and the sulfur to take it out in the final products. And this is what we call gray hydrogen. And we have seen that the demand for the gray hydrogen has been increasing, as there has been a demand on the regulators to reduce the sulfur in the end products. So what we would see is that the industry would have to adapt over the next years to being aligned with the new regulation. But also the industry would see that the demand for the consumer will also make them forced to make the changes to reduce the CO2 in its production process. So I hope that this discussion that we are going to address today will face or will discuss some of the key points, which is not only the transition, but also some of the challenges that it's related to safety aspects. It is how the industry is going to do the timing for the investment, which is also a key point that we need to discuss. Where is the sourcing and financing coming from, and how is the government going to give them the necessary incentives? I think that there is a lot of old assets that needs to be updated and upgraded to meet some of the demands that not only the regulators, but also the customer with the demand from the refineries in the years ahead.